State of the Sun Devils with Jeremy Schnell, Jesse Morrison, and Damon Allred.
An Arizona Sports Podcast.
Hello and welcome into another edition of State of the Sun Devils alongside Jesse Morrison and Damon Allred. I'm Jeremy Schnell. We are joined today by one of ASU's running backs. Kyson Brown is joining us. SIP, going home this weekend to play against one of his hometown teams. Kyson, how's it going, man?
It's good. I'm doing well. I can't complain. Definitely ready to, get it going in this game.
All right, first of all, how many family members, how many friends you got coming to this game?
I couldn't even tell you. I just know it's a lot. Man. I just know it's a lot. I know my family asked me to get as many tickets as I can, so I definitely know it's gonna be a lot of family and friends coming out.
So will they be rooting for you, or are they sticking with the hometown team in Mississippi State?
I think the majority of them will be rooting for me. If they want to root for the winning team, I know they'll be rooting for me. So.
Nice one.
Nice.
Good answer. All right, let's get to what happened with NAU. Obviously, you guys came out with the win, but there's still some stuff left on the table that you guys wanted to work on this week. What would you say that you and the running backs group focus on the most?
I'd say for our group, I think we focused more just on pass protections, simply because I think, our group, we can do all the other stuff like it's second nature. Like, we know how to run the ball. We know how to catch the ball. That's not a question. But I think just being more dialed into the protections, I think that's something we strive to, be the best at. And so I think coming into this week, I think we want to be perfect on all our pass protections. We want to protect Sam, give him a good pocket. So I think that's something that we've been harping on just, this week.
And you mentioned it right there with Sam. Just for the people who don't know and, see practice every day like some of the media do and things like that, how would you describe Sam as a leader for the people who don't see that?
I think he's absolutely just the perfect guy to lead this team, just for the simple fact, like, he always brings it every day. He always brings the same, competitive version of himself. He wants to get everything right. He wants to be the perfect. He wants to be the best. And that's the leader you need to, bring up your teammates and, help around. So I think just him and his competitive nature, his want to, be better every day, I think that's just something people don't get to see.
Could you kind of take us through the fake punt from this past weekend and just kind of what was going through your head? And was that something that Kenny and the other coaches had talked about maybe running, coming into the week?
Yeah, so we had been drawing that up all week for the beginning of the week since we first started studying them. We knew it was going to hit. So I feel like our coaches do a great job in scheming on some things. And I was walking in the hallway and they said, "Hey, we got a fake for you this week." And I was like, "Let's do it." So when I first seen it, and it was more like an outside zone play, I already knew we were gonna get it. And we had been hyping it up all week. Coach Regal, special teams coordinator, coach, he had been telling me, keep putting it in Coach Dilly's head to run it. Keep putting it in his head to run it. It's like, we're gonna get it if we run it. And I was like, yeah, we're gonna get it. So he said, Coach Dilly was like, yeah, we're up. If we're up, we're gonna run it. If we're down, we're gonna run it. And we had no doubt that we were ever gonna be down. So once I heard him say, if we're up, we're gonna run it, I knew we were gonna run it. So I think I had just came off the field. I thought it was just gonna be a regular punt situation, and then they said, "Hey, it's time," and we called it lumberjack. So yeah, whatever.
It's called lumberjack.
It was called lumberjack. So whenever I heard the call, I already knew what it was gonna be. But I was very disappointed that I didn't score. Looking back at it, I feel like I should have cut back or did some other things, like just to try to get more in the end zone. But it was good. It was a good thing.
You got Jordan the touchdown on the next play. So you took credit for Jordan's touchdown, right?
No. That's all. It definitely all him. But yeah, I left a little. I left a little.
I will ask you this about the fake punt, though, Kyson. When you go out for a situation like that with a play with a wrinkle of some sort, whether it be on a fake punt or a trick play on offense, is it hard to keep composure in terms of not putting a smile on your face or not doing something different in your body language so not to tip off the other team?
Not necessarily. I think just being aware of the moment, just being aware that, people are going to look out for those little things. And for the simple fact that when we got on the field, I don't know how if you guys realize it, but we snapped the ball pretty fast, and that was the point, to catch them off guard. So when we came from the huddle, the whole idea was to snap it fast in order so they couldn't get tipped off fast enough. So as soon as I let them get down, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, I snapped for it, and that was it. So it was pretty. I feel like it would have been pretty difficult for those guys to adjust after seeing me in that position.
And it looked like, with the group, the way it was huddled, it looked like they were almost trying to hide you in the back of the group so that they didn't even see you out there. And so really just perfect execution on all fronts. And I mean, the big pickup there, you finished with 70 plus rushing yards and 70 plus receiving yards. Only one other guy in FBS did that so far this season. Another guy who was a big rushing and receiving guy was your predecessor, Cam Skattebo, who, I mean, I'm sure you learned so much from backing him up for 2 years. What can you say about just what you've learned from him?
Just know how to go about the game as a pro. Just watching him for those 2 years, I could truly say he's been the same person on and off the field. That same passion y'all see on the field, the same toughness y'all see. He's like that in practice, and he's like that in the film room, or if we're studying or looking at some plays or something. He has that same type of edge. I could truly say I feel like he feels like he's just, nobody can stop him or whatever. So I think I just learned that confident edge, just coming in as a freshman, trying to learn some things. And even as a sophomore playing behind him, it's kind of hard when you don't get as many touches and, to get, your flow for the game. So I think just learning that confident edge from him and just, understanding how to go about your business and be a pro.
All right, Mississippi State this week. What are you guys kind of just looking to clean up from the NAU game in Starkville this weekend?
Yeah, I think we're just looking to just show what our true identity is. Of course, we had penalties, and we probably had a couple MAs, and I think those were the little things that kept us from playing our identity of football. And I think we want to get back to playing our identity of football this week. So I think it's, being more disciplined and the execution of, plays and, just formation. So I think those are the things that we're looking to do this weekend. I think after this week of practice, I think we've been doing a really good job at, being disciplined and, getting lined up and, just knowing our stuff.
I remember last year after the Mississippi State game, Skattebo talked about Mississippi State's light front and how you guys kind of felt disrespected by that. Is there a little bit of that same sort of thing going into this game where you guys are seeing that on film still from them?
Yeah, so we see that same. They run a couple mixed fronts, so I think we'll be able to run a couple different plays and get a pretty good rhythm with the offense. But as far as I think that's their defensive identity, I think they have the same returning head coach. So, defensive coordinator. So I think, we're just looking to, play our brand of football, get it going.
Obviously, the cowbells are a big deal down there at Mississippi State. You all have been blasting them at practice this week. How has the communication gone with the offense with the cowbells ringing at practice?
Yeah, I think everybody's just been stressing, to overly communicate. And I think we've been doing that pretty well, just, overly communicating, understanding, that, those antics are probably going to be going pretty much the whole entire game until we shut them up. So I think we're just looking to over communicate and just, make sure everybody's on the same page.
What was your relationship with the Cowbells like as a kid? Did you like them? Did you know about them? Did you realize what was going on?
I just knew about them. Really. I've been to a couple games. I've probably been about 5 games. And I just remember, that's just one thing that I remember. I've been to the Egg Bowl a couple times, and like the Cowbells just ring the entire time, with that rivalry. So that's just something that I remember. I also remember teachers having Cowbells, on their desk and stuff like that. So it's just, something that clicked, that sparked my memory just from, being a resident in Mississippi.
So in terms of the run game and the running back room that you guys have, how confident are you guys in each other that, if one guy doesn't have it going that day, the other guy's going to pick up the slack?
We're very confident in each other, and I can say you kind of got to see it, but I don't think people really got to see us at our full potential last week. So, but I've seen those guys working, over the spring and over the summer. I've seen those guys, break off big ones, and I've seen those guys take, negative plays for, 20 plus. So I've seen those guys time in and time out, do what they do. And, that all just comes from just that tight brotherhood we've been having. We connected and made that, over the off season in the weight room, running sprints, So I think I'm very confident in those guys, and I think I'm confident that they can say that to me.
All right. I went to ASU. I graduated from Barrett. I know you're in Barrett. When I learned that student athletes were in Barrett at all, I was blown away because it's super hard. And in addition to playing sports, I almost dropped out probably 3 times. So just what kind of went into your decision to do that and play football, and just how was the balance of that?
It was definitely just something that, I wanted to do. When taking my visit, when we found out it was available and I was able to get in, it's definitely something that, me and my parents talked about, just as far as like workload and what it might look like. And I think ultimately it's just challenging yourself and, wanting to make the best out of, getting a free education. So we thought, since, I'm blessed to get a free education, just, why not take advantage of it? And of course, it might be difficult, but, anything worth having in life is going to be difficult. So, I mean, it was just, having that mindset. And, ultimately, I decided to get inside the honors college. And, I feel like it's definitely been challenges at times, but, I feel like it'll be worth it in the long run.
Yeah, I showed up to school day one, and they assigned me half of an entire book to read. That was like 400 pages on day one of the human event. So that was crazy.
Yeah. We got to learn about Jesse's education today, guys. It's great.
That human event class was absolutely rough. I can't fake it. It was rough. Just a lot of reading, a lot of studying books late overnight, philosophers, so I think I'm glad I'm past that part.
Yeah.
I think last time that I had talked to you about Barrett stuff, that you were working on like some 3D design software. I think it was called Rhino, and like commercial skyscrapers with your architecture programs. What are you kind of into now for the, just this semester ahead with the architecture?
So right now I'm still doing my electives, and right now I'm doing one of my real estate classes. So, just talking about, landscaping and stuff like that. So I think I'll be more into my architect classes next semester.
Nice. Cool. Nice. All right. Well, we know we got to get you back to work, because obviously Jesse was just telling us how hard Barrett Honors College is. But we wanted to ask you about something that's pretty cool. And I know we got something right here. We got a prop of your, we got some sip lemonade here. So tell us how cool that is to have your name on a lemonade at Burrito Express.
Man, I mean, you guys just did it. Just being able to see people grab my lemonade and just, that's just cool in itself.
I got the mango kind. It's pretty good. Mm-hmm.
That's some good stuff. That's
tastes
some
real good,
stuff.
yeah.
I can't even figure out how to open it.
It's just, you gotta have strength. Like Kyson,
it is?
You gotta have football strength
yeah,
though.
all right. Kyson's got football strength over here.
Yeah, I see all y'all faces. Y'all love it. I see it.
Absolutely. How did all that come together? You know, who approached who first? Because we know you have some other stuff with Burrito Express too.
Yeah, so I had the Burrito Express deal before the lemonade came out, and so we were doing an event, and they had some lemonade. I don't think it came out yet, or I don't know. So I was drinking it, and I was just like, man, like it would be cool to just have my own lemonade. Like my nickname Sip. Like why wouldn't it just be Sip Lemonade? And he looked, and he was just like, yeah, that's a good idea. So we started talking, and I was like, yeah, well, we should make that. Like it's gonna be big, and we ended up making it come to life, and it's definitely been awesome.
You definitely influenced us since we got the lemonade here today. Last question. I know Doug Tamaro wanted me to ask you this question. What does it mean to be a part of the Foundational Five? And can you explain that to the fans that may not know what that means?
The Foundational Five. I think they talking about the Barrett?
It's
says,
the five guys who originally signed with Kenny.
So you Keith, CJ, Montana, and Sean. Nah.
That's what they calling it?
Apparently,
That's what Doug's calling it.
Yeah.
The Foundational Five, yeah.
I promise I did not know they were calling it that.
So just having seen the program rise under Kenny, what has it been like to kind of watch that firsthand?
It's been awesome, to be honest. It's been awesome just for me as a young man, just seeing like both ends of like success and failure and just hard work and like how it actually allows everything to come to life. Like I've gotten to see this program go from lowest to the highest, so it just allowed me to see that like what it takes to have success and what it means to have like a winning culture and what it means to have a family that wins and we have fun. And I just I witnessed this program go from like somewhere like people don't know about like to one of the most popular programs in the country. And like I've just seen throughout just the persistence of what Coach Dillingham preaches and what it actually the benefits that we reap from just learning and just understanding what he actually talking about. So he's definitely got my trust, and I'm glad I made the decision to come here. And it was one of the best decisions I made in my life.
Well, Kyson, we really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today, and best of luck against Mississippi State on Saturday. And have fun being back home.
Yep, appreciate y'all.